Hello everyone, and welcome to another weird, just kind of goofing off video. Today I wanted to test out this weird thing I've seen a lot of other YouTubers mess with, which is Talk to Transformer. Talk to Transformer is if we just scroll down here, a language model that generates coherent paragraphs of text, one word at a time. And so naturally, a lot of people have been basically just abusing this poor AI, writing weird, gross fan fiction in it, which, you know, all well and good. I would particularly recommend Game Grumps' video if you want to really see this stuff in action. But I thought today that I would do something a little more interesting. Today I'm going to be generating Dungeons & Dragons games using this. So, just for an example of how it works, I'm going to type out a pitch that I would give my players. After going on an adventure and slaying a mighty dragon, the party returns to their hometown and are celebrated as heroes. One night of parties and heavy drinking later, they wake up in a dungeon with no memory of how they got there. That's a fun game. Dungeons & Dragons Hangover, which is, I know something that's been done a lot, but it's a hilarious premise, so let's see how Transformer completes it for us. After going on an adventure and slaying a mighty dragon, the party returns to their hometown and are celebrated as heroes. One night of partying and heavy drinking later, they wake up in a dungeon with no memory of how they got there. Castle of the Lizard King is a classic turn-based strategy game that takes the simple concept of RPGs and combining them with enough nostalgia to spice up a 2D tactical RPG. So yeah, things can rapidly go off the rails with this. But that isn't the only pitch I have, because I went on my Twitter and asked some of my followers, need something for a video, pitch me a D&D game in 3 sentences or less. And I have some of my favorite results up, so let's take a look at them. 5 barbarians are sent to unravel an intricate mystery involving cultists, priests, and sorcerers. Only one of them can read. So let's copy and paste that into Transformer and see what we get. 5 barbarians are sent to unravel an intricate mystery involving cultists, priests, and sorcerers. Only one of them can read. One of the first adventures for the 3rd edition of Dungeons & Dragons. The player takes on the role of an adventurer. Next, we have a very simple one, but I like it. Pokemon, but in space. Let's see how they mess this up. Pokemon, but in space. It can be found on battles to the left and the right of the start button. Items, X equals 100, Y equals 1040, 112 gold, X equals 100, Y equals 1020, 38 gold, X equals 420. Y equals 1000, Water Star Gem times 2, 16 gold, X equals 500, 450, Y equals 1280, 57 gold, 5. Return to the same area that you started at, but instead of going to the mini boss here, head down the staircase and continue up another stairs to the north. You'll find... I think we just created a game fac. Like a really bad game fac. Oh, that's what I say when I mean this can go off the rails. It goes off the rails, and it's hilarious. Thank you for that one. I don't know if I can top that one. Next one. The Obvents are trying to locate and subvert the ancient pact between the humanoid races and house cats. The Aberrants are trying to locate and subvert the ancient pact between the humanoid races and house cats. A rising tide of death from abysmal levels of evil has risen in the houses, with a far greater darkness threatening to engulf all the houses. Who will step forth to save them? What will they do in the face of the mystery and terror at their... It randomly cuts off at some point. I want to see what it finishes. What will they do in the face of the mystery and terror at their hands? In short, how will the followers of the Ishmaeli dominate the hearts of their people, even more so than the slaves of the Islamic State, who have been included with the group's next target demographic? This could happen in stages, with jihadist groups and their media powers, or with the followers of the Sufis, or with the non-Islamist rebel groups in Syria or other parts of the world. Either way, there is no time for anything less than the defeat of the Islamic State, which is... Oh man, Dungeons & Dragons is getting topical for 6th edition, man! Yeah, sometimes they just cut off, and then you copy and paste the thing where it cut off, and it just turns into a game of telephone. It... Oh, I love this, okay. And I want to spend like 5 minutes on one person's pitch, but wow, okay. Next pitch. No. Criminals of the Undercity, fight the cult and elder gods. So, Blades in the Dark. You know, Blades in the Dark is good. Let's see how this algorithm corrupts it. Criminals of the Undercity, fight the cult and elder gods. Then go wherever you want. Learn what you like, pick the actions you like, and play. Rights to anything in this mod belong to their authors, Kumodaj, Helsingsight, Mefala et al. If I don't recognize you, contact me and we can work something out. Lagwin, September 17th, 2016. This video is from Q as he came along to develop my second. The translation is credited to Victoria and the rest of the group for suggesting it. This is an interactive mod. I do not upload it anywhere else and do not use it in any other... Okay, I need to see how this one finishes too. I'm sorry I didn't do it for the others, but I just need to. This is an interactive mod. I do not upload it anywhere else, and do not use it in any other sites. The movie will always be downloaded first on the director's website. You may not modify the movie or third-party movies this way, so do not see this as copyright. You may not use it on a computer screen. The preview is a gimp.exe. The little eye dots of the renderers, those purple red dots in the mesh shadow heads, and the 3 dots inside the dark green circle are the normal map maps. Note that the beauty look at the perfect line was done in the very top of the main. Oh, this went crazy. The all caps is what killed it for me. But why GIMP? Why GIMP? That's what I use for Photoshop. For like my thumbnails and stuff. That's not just a random BDSM thing. Like GIMP is a program. Why GIMP? What does GIMP have to do with any of this? I'm so confused. I need to call an adult. Oh, God. Okay. I think this is the last one I got sent, which might be my favorite out of all of these. And I actually want to do this someday. A lich is holding an amazing tea party. They're shambling hordes as their servants, and everyone in the kingdom is invited. So it's just a maid RPG, but with, like, the Lich King. Here we go. I swear. I hope this generates, like, a pitch for, like, a Barbie movie. Barbie and the Lich King. The Lich is holding an amazing tea party. Their shambling hordes as their servants, and everyone in kingdom is invited. 2. The death of King James, 2900 AD. The story of King James the Lesser is one of the most important events in the history of the English Empire. Thomas Culpeper, son of King James and his queen Matilda, rebelled against his father and murdered him on the 24th of July, 2900 AD. The sentence against Culpeper read, "or has been murdered by his father for rising in rebellion against him." He was taken to court where he was sentenced to be beheaded, thus ending the reign of the Weeping Queen. So, this This isn't, I know it's not that funny on its own, but I love imagining, I have the mental image in my head of just the timeline of this ancient, like this intricately crafted, like sci-fi fantasy timeline. It just, in the middle of it, it's just like, oh yeah, and this lich held a tea party, it was pretty nice, and then the king was murdered! Number 3, Merlin and Gawain return to England. Oh, now we've got Arthurian fantasy in it. Oh, I can't wait to see where this goes. 3, Merlin and Gawain return to England. 2145 AD. For years, Gawain has been battling the King of France over a 6-foot-long sword called Excalibur, or Excalibur of Light, of which Merlin knows nothing, and how could he? Arthur tells him you must take this sword to the hall at Holyrood before the first tournament between the houses of Great Britain and France takes place. It would later be turned into a very important weapon in a long struggle against the Arabs. Why does the Middle East keep getting dragged into my D&D games? The country has been plagued by a plague of Black Death, brilliant writing there, which is now in a brief remission, which was introduced with the falling of England to Arab. Why is talk to Transformer? Why are you so obsessed with the Middle East? Come on, man. Okay, well, I guess that's the end of that nightmare. As you can see, things went off the rails super quickly. This thing is really fun to mess with, and I hope no one came here looking for actual D&D ideas. Some of the pitches people posted in the comments were like, they were good pitches, especially the one with the Lich Tea Party. That is hilarious. But yeah, I was half hoping like maybe I would get some actual ideas for a game that I could play with human beings in this, but no. Nah, it just went downhill and kept going. But you know, that's why it's fun. I don't know why the Middle East kept coming up though. That's what I want to know. Who made this? Hold on, who made this thing? Who made this thing? Let me check. Adam King. Nah, I don't want to look at this guy's Twitter on camera. That's just weird. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of another goofing around video, but I need time to work on my next big episode for Lore Check, which I think you're all really gonna enjoy. It's a topic that has been requested for a while now, so I hope you all have fun. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget that there is a button for that. Please be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content from me. I do Let's Plays on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. At time of recording, I am playing Vampire Coteries of New York and The Unavowed, which is a urban fantasy point-and-click game. We're big on urban fantasy on this channel. I also, on Thursdays, I do videos on tabletop games, normally more serious than this. I do a podcast called Lore Check, which talks about the backstory and history of those games. You could check it out. It's going to be on SoundCloud for a little bit until I run out of space. So check it out there. You can actually find the first episode that I uploaded here, there. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching. As always, my name is Aura. Transrights.